Live from Vero Beach, Florida, where the ocean sparkles Caribbean blue and the palm trees sway in the tropical breezes. This show is brought to you by Dale Sorensen Real Estate, with 8 offices in Indian River, Brevard, and St. Lucie counties. And here's your host and your realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello. Welcome to the show. You guys are going to be so excited today. I mean, this is Lori Davis. This is the real deal. Lori Davis, your realtor for life. So glad you guys can be here today. We have, it's Mother's Day weekend. And it's a Derby weekend. So, I mean, it's just jam-packed with fun things to do and exciting things. But what we really have are some ladies in the house. I have my faves. No, listen. No, I'm sorry. These are all they all have very successful careers. They are wonderful mothers. They have raised beautiful families. They're kick-ass tennis players. And I'm honored to call them my friends. So, in no particular order, let's introduce them. Shannon O'Brien. Hello, Shannon. Hello. Good to see you. We've got Megan Rosfeld who's in the house.
Hey.
And then we've got Tracy Zudans.
Oh,
all right.
fantastic.
All right. And everybody's been kind of a repeat. We're going to start keeping numbers, like they do on Johnny Carson or whatever. Who is that? David Letterman or something. Like, how many times have you been on the show?
How many? Yeah. Never
It's
enough.
my third time.
I know, exactly.
So excited.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Never
it's like everybody.
enough.
Yeah. And Nick Tracy, she's our sommelier of life.
That's
if you've seen that show, she's always doing something eccentric. Her trips are fantastic. And if you don't do anything at all in town, she'll still find something fun to do. So
Yes,
that's great.
1,000%.
I know.
Absolutely.
And then Shannon O'Brien, I've tried to get her in the house, but she's like, it's like, oh yeah, I'll be on. Oh, got a game, gotta go. I'm like, what?
Sorry.
I know.
She's a mom.
She's
That's
a
right.
mom. It's Mother's Day. That's why we're all here. So anyway, let's.
Cindy.
And of course, we have
Cue the
Cindy,
applause.
board Cindy. We love Cindy. That takes care of all of our technical stuff. Welcome, Cindy, to the show.
Yes.
Everyone in the room is a mother.
Yes.
Everyone in the room has lost their mother. So we don't have our moms. So for those of you that do have moms, take a moment to appreciate them, because for those of us who don't, you don't understand how important it is. And we would die. We would give so much just to be able to sit and maybe just have a 5-minute conversation. So take care of your mom, do something special. Even if it's a phone call. Even if you guys aren't really close, a text, a phone call, something. It's very simple. But I would suggest that you do that in honor of those who don't have the opportunity to do that. Okay, enough of that. Let's do some housekeeping. It's Citrus Grill House. We have a cocktail. All right. Citrus Grill House sponsors a cocktail for our show. And this cocktail we have tonight is called a French 75. Okay, and it's now I have to tell my girls because they'll understand. This morning I called it a French 57. Because we have a text link that's the monkey 57. And I'm like, wait, but it's a French 75. And I'm like, I flipped it. It's like, am I just missing something here? Anyway, we'll get to how that was a 57. A 75.
Times 57.
That's another show.
Maybe that's a whole nother show.
You drink enough of them, you stand on your head. You got 57.
There you go. Anyway, this is it's gin and lemon juice and some simple syrup, very little bit, and then you top the glass off with champagne, and it's got a little lemon twist off, which we popped that bottle today. We almost took out a light in the green room, but that's okay. We did it.
First time in a long time.
I know, right? But anyway, thank you, Chef Scott, for the cocktail. Let me taste it.
I'll taste it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay,
It's
twist my
so
arm,
good.
damn it.
There you go. It's so delicious. Thank you, Chef Scott. Citrus Grill House. We love them. 1050 Easter Lily Lane. Beautiful restaurant right there by Helmiston Park. It's on the ocean. Lunch and dinner, fabulous food. He's always coming up with something fresh and new. He actually told me today he's actually working on a pork bun. A friend of his, a chef in New York City, and he's doing exactly that recipe. So he's always coming up with something that's new and fresh and different. And we love that about you. Go see Chef Scott. Go see all of the staff at Citrus Grill. They're fabulous. We love them. And thank you again for the cocktails. DSRE by the numbers. Okay, we have year to date, and this is through 5/5. Today is 5/5. Though we play Sunday at 4 p.m. We know that, and it's Mother's Day, so we'll have lots of motherly things to talk about in a minute. We've closed $306 million at Dale Sorensen Real Estate in Indian River County. Yeah. It's amazing. That's 564 transactions. We have 18.9% market share. Now, that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot.
Yeah.
But the next closest broker to us has sold 116 million at 7.1% market share.
So a third.
It's a third. It's a third. I
Look
mean,
at the math over there.
I know.
Fantastic.
Cindy's
thinking on her
good.
feet.
Do not challenge my girl.
Working on my flashcards on that one.
Shannon, you had your fingers on.
I was
you.
like, shit.
What's that? Anyway, and then we started to look at some interesting numbers. In the last 7 days, 104 properties have closed. Sold, closed in 7 days. That's 20 per day, Cindy, right? We talk about, because there's only really 5 business days.
Correct.
It's 20 a day. All right, that's the whole county. Now, inventory, 356 houses total, condos and homes. That's all there is on the market. And I split that out. 256 homes,
Yeah.
okay, and 72 sold. So we have 3.5 weeks of inventory.
That's it.
That's all we've got.
Right, because you said how many did you close?
104.
104 properties
so there
last
you go. That's like
No, that's just Dale Sorensen closed
right,
104.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's the whole county.
Oh, that was the whole
That's
county.
the whole county. That's the
I
whole
apologize.
County. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But this is the whole county. So 72 sold in a week in 7 days. So we have 3.5 weeks in single family homes. That's all of the county. We're talking Fellsbury, Sebastian, Indian River County. It's amazing. 69 condos. That's all there are, and 32 sold. I mean, you got 2 weeks of inventory. That's
and
it.
there's no rentals.
And there's no rent. Everybody
no
sold their
rentals.
rentals.
Yes, they're all
Everybody
selling
who
them.
had
Yeah.
one sold it. So
What
I
about
know.
lots?
I know.
Are people building? What's the availability?
If they can
of
find one, and then they call Megan Rosfeld for lifestyle homes.
That's true.
Because a lot of people,
lifestyle happening.
A lot of lifestyle is happening,
Yes, it
and it's a
is.
beautiful thing. And we also have Surf's Edge. We have Lutgert from Naples, but they don't do custom homes.
Not
'Cause
yet.
People come in. Yeah, right. That would be
yet.
good. That would be good
get
because
them.
they come in all the time and ask us, "Well, will you build me one like this?" Because they're so fabulous. So
Also
anyway.
have to make sure Mike Hoyt listens to the radio show and knows that
There you
it's
go.
definitely needed, Mike.
It is definitely needed. It's definitely needed. Cindy, let's talk about the Derby. We're going to cover Mother's Day. What do you got? Tell me about the Derby this week.
So you said some of it when you came in. There's 20 horses. That's the max that they'll put it in.
That's
I know
correct.
they changed the auxiliary gates, which is better, so it makes it even for the horses.
Yes.
There's like 100,000 plus
In
people
wages.
that are in there.
Yeah.
The wages are in, I want to say hundreds of millions,
Yes.
but I'm not going to quote all of that.
Yes.
What else?
Well, it's
great fun.
Yeah, they're great. The horses are between 2 and 3 years old.
No, they're all 3-year-olds.
They're all 3-year-olds.
Yeah, they have
okay.
to be
And
3-year-olds.
it's a 1.5 mile race,
It's
correct?
a mile and a quarter.
Okay. No, I read it was a 1.5 miles.
Mile and a half is the Belmont. Mile and
Okay.
a quarter is the Derby.
This
and
is
then
the Kentucky
mile and
Derby
3
class.
Why
is
are
the
you
Preakness.
questioning Cindy? She used to know
Because that's what I read this morning.
She knows
That's
her
what I
math
read it.
and her
Well, she
horses.
does exactly. She's the horse girl. So Cindy brought us. She's been to the Derby a couple times.
Yeah.
So you get a mint julep. Everybody knows it's a mint julep, but my girls, we like a
Right.
French,
Well, you can put
French
whatever you want.
57.
Yeah.
77, 23, whatever.
So anyway, these are really cool.
Beer is good.
I
Anything.
know, right? Anything. So,
So
that's
it's a
very
great
cool.
time, and then of course the hats. You know,
The
I was going to
hats.
bring
The
a hat,
hats.
and I left it at home.
You told me you were gonna bring a Derby hat.
I forgot it.
I know,
Remember the
I know.
glasses, but
I
yeah,
don't.
it's
And
a
what day
great
is the
time.
Derby? Is it Saturday?
It's always
Saturday.
the first
Okay.
Saturday in May.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
It's
All right, fun.
So it should be fun. It should be fun.
Yeah,
We don't
it
know.
will
I
be.
don't know what the weather's supposed to be like there.
What
so.
time does the race start?
At
6, I want to say.
I think it's 6
something.
p.m.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the day before on Friday is the Oaks. So it's the Lilies for the fillies, and that's the 3-year-old fillies.
There you-
And that's when they really
that.
start. It's
Go there.
a pink day and that kind of stuff. It's totally cool. You have to go. You got to be there the whole week for Derby week.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
they
And
do
what
the
do you have to
Derby.
eat? Some kind of brown sandwich?
We just ate whatever we wanted, but we drank a lot.
No, there's something called it.
Maybe it's brown when you
It's-
drink a lot.
No,
but
it's
it's
Derby.
this-
They have Derby
it like
pie and they have
pumpernickel bread?
It's
called a hot.
It's a hot brown.
It's a hot brown.
It's called a
It's
hot
a hot
brown.
brown. It's a
Yeah.
very specific
It-
kind of because Kentucky and Ohio. It's very close. The
Yes.
Kentucky and Ohio. Churchill Downs is kind of there.
Yes.
and it's kind of an Ohio thing.
It
but
is.
yes, it's like almost
It's
like
called
an
hot
open
brown.
faced.
Yes.
Open-faced sandwich,
Yes.
turkey sandwich with gravy. Yeah, it's hot
Yeah,
brown.
that's what it is. All right.
so
All
there we
right.
go.
So now we're back to our guest. It's Mother's Day, and we're playing on Mother's Day, but we play every day when we get these girls together. Every day is Mother's Day. Every day's our day, isn't it?
Yes, very much.
Pretty much when we all get together. That's what my husband thinks
love my
anyway. He's like, what are you guys doing next? Well, you'll never know.
Just
I'll tell you the day
We'll get ready
when
for the
weren't
ride.
invited. That's all you need to know.
I know. Poor Val. Val's our our token guy who always wants to be. We got 8 girls in Val Zudan.
He's one of the girls.
He is. He hangs. Jim would be like, not coming, not a chance.
I have to
Okay.
say, it takes a lot to be able to hang with girls.
It
So
does.
It's very admirable.
It does.
so.
I mean, look at how strong this group is, and there's 4 more of us that can't fit in the room. So anyway, we'll be seeing those girls later. Okay. Who knows who declared Mother's Day to be a holiday?
Was it Hallmark? Because I feel like they like name all the holidays.
Jim Davis thinks it's Hallmark, and Jim goes, You're not my mother. I'm like, thanks, Jim.
I don't know. That's a good
It was Woodrow Wilson. May 9th, 1914.
I'll tell you, the year before my daughter was born, my first daughter was born, she was born a week after Mother's Day. And it was Mother's Day. And I'm like, what are we doing for Mother's Day? And my husband's like, you're not a mother yet.
And you're like, seriously?
I looked at him, I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm 9 months pregnant. You really want to tell that to a 9-month
You
pregnant
want to go
lady?
there?
You're like, I just changed the locks.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Is Mother's Day the same day every year?
No.
No.
It's on a Sunday.
It's always a Sunday.
But it's not the same date.
No, it's
And
not
it's
the
not
same date.
necessarily the first Sunday in the month or either.
It's always the second Sunday.
always
though.
the second.
Yeah. All right. So let's do this. Let's just go around the room real quickly, and I'll start with Tracy, again, in no particular order. Give us the age and names of your children.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. My oldest is 20. I had to think about
You didn't
that.
know there was going to be
I
math
was like,
today, did you?
No, wow. Totally on the spot. My oldest is 25, and his name is Zane.
Mhm.
Second oldest is Tyler. He's 23.
Mhm.
And my third oldest is Kira. She's 21. And my youngest is Zio, and he is 16.
Have you met Zio?
Mm-hmm.
I just met Zio for the first time.
At the Publix.
I found him at the Publix.
the
I fell in love. I was texting his mom like, "Oh my God, he's the most amazing child." No, I just don't know. I met Kira too, but I don't know. The spirited, like I was like James Davis. It was just.
Oh, he
this
definitely
child.
has some James in him.
He does. He does. That's so amazing. Megan,
That's awesome.
tell me about your children.
I am blessed with 2 beautiful teenagers. My daughter, Madeleine Roosevelt, she is will be 17 here at the end of this month. So
yeah.
we lived through 16 or have almost lived through 16.
She
So
might survive it.
here we go to 17. Yeah, and then my son, Easton, he's currently 14 years old. He'll be 15 in August.
Easton and I share a birthday.
Yep, Lori Davis and Easton.
We do. We share the
That's your
16th.
spirit
Your
animal.
Yes, I
kindred
know.
spirit.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
right. And
And we love
Shannon's-
celebrating
We do.
birthday with Lori.
We
so,
do.
love that.
We
Group
have a
parties are the best parties.
They are. They are.
I have 2, son Connor, who's 14, and Lily, who is 11.
Connor at 14. He's such a grown up.
Such a grown up.
Oh my
I
God,
mean,
it's
I see
ridiculous.
him. His voice is changing. Don't let him hear the show.
No.
I mean, it's so funny. Like,
Mom, I can't believe
no,
Lori
we had
said that.
breakfast. I know. We had
How about the
breakfast the
hair,
other
though?
day. I
How about
love the hair. I
His
know.
hair.
It's got hair.
It's amazing. It's
flow.
amazing.
Lots of hair.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, we're all here because, as I mentioned earlier, all of us ladies, we had wonderful mothers, and we all knew our mothers. I know that. Spent as many wonderful years as God was willing to give us with them. But I have asked the ladies to each think of a special memory of your mom, and if they would share that with us. So, Megan, will you start for us, please?
Oh, wow. So I get to start. Great.
Yeah. In
That's
no
great.
particular order. I will
So,
continue to say that.
I
yeah.
like going nanny, nanny, boo, boo.
So first of all, Lori, thank you so much for doing this. Like once you sent out the text and said, let's do it, it really kind of made me think of the wonderful stories from my mother. So I really appreciate the past 24 hours of reflection that I've had other than just the radio show. This is awesome. But the one I guess I'll share the best, I lost my mother when I was 11 years old. She was 42, so I was quite young. But in those 11 years, she definitely packed a lot into it and made a huge impression on me. And she was 100% committed to turning us into ladies. We were going to be ladies, and we weren't going to be ruffians or, run around and not be cultured. So we had a book called White Gloves and Party Manners. And so we would learn.
Yeah.
Everybody's laughing because that's a Megan thing anyway. But we will be having a White Gloves and Party soon. Don't worry. But anyway, White Gloves and Party Manners. So we would learn a different way to set a table. We would learn just a chapter or something out of the book every week. And then once a month, and remember, this was back in the early 80s. You know, our kids are lucky. They go out to dinner all the time. I don't know about you guys, but it was a privilege.
Absolutely.
It was a huge
No
privilege
question.
to go to a restaurant. And so once a month, we would get all dressed up and we could get a dab of my mother's perfume under our ears. I very specifically remember that. I know perfume takes us to a great place.
Yeah.
And we would get dressed up and we would go to a super fancy dinner and we would practice our new manner. And if we were really good and everything went well, then the next month we could do it. Or if we were silly and goofing off and it didn't go well, then guess what? We weren't going out to eat the next month.
Is that
But,
right?
Yeah.
Did it ever happen that you missed a month?
I don't think so. I don't think so
No.
because my mom really enjoyed that time.
Yeah, that was something special for your mom.
Yeah.
It was. And then but my favorite story was one time we were at this place called Bookbinders, which was an old real Philadelphia
Yes,
restaurant
I
a long
know
time
it.
ago.
Still around.
And I had oyster chowder and I was eating clam chowder. And the oyster crackers came out, and I was stumped. I didn't know what to do. And my mom, I go, what do I do with these oyster crackers? And my mom said, I don't know. What do you think you should do with them? And so I scooped some of the chowder up. I dropped a cracker on the spoon, and I popped it in my mouth. My mom looked at me. She goes, "That works."
It's the perfect bite.
That was it.
Joe and I are all about the perfect bite. It's a
And
perfect
that was
bite.
it. So
That's cool.
so I really just I love the fact that my mom was definitely going to make us the most well-behaved ladies,
Teaching you good
teaching
manners.
us good manners. Yeah, that was super important to her. So
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's a great story.
With lots of
I love
love.
that. Bookbinders in there too.
Yeah.
I love Bookbinders.
Great.
Shannon O'Brien, you're next.
So yeah, and again, great point, Megan. For this is it made me kind of take a step back last night and try to think of a lot of stories and what was important. But one story stuck out in particular where I had already graduated college, and we tried to make a point every summer to go away. My mom, my grandmother, and I do a girls' trip. So this one trip, we went to Chicago. We went to the Elizabeth Arden Day Spa, and all of
very
us
fancy.
we show up, and we're all excited, going to be a massage. My grandmother at the time was probably 80, 82 years old.
Red Door.
Yeah, the Red Door. And they came out and they said, "Ladies, we have 2 female masseuses and 1 male masseuse." And my mom and I looked at each other and we're like, "Well, we'll take it." My grandma, that would just blow her mind, and she goes, "I'll take it." And my mom and I were like, Grandma's going back to Sugar Mill in New Smyrna talking about her trip with her granddaughter and her daughter. But what was funny is as we finished the day, went for lunch, had wine, had a great time, and at the end of the day, my mom and I ran to the restroom and we're just chatting, giggling, and she goes, "One day you'll have a daughter and you'll realize how important she is to you, and she will be your best friend for life, just as you're my best friend." And I was like, "You're so crazy, Mom." It's true.
I'm never going to have babies.
They come back. Like, I think sometimes you feel like you lose them as teenagers, but they come back.
They do.
They
Most
do.
certainly they do.
It's really nice to see them mature and
They absolutely do.
build that relationship.
Yeah, that's an awesome show.
That's a great
Okay,
story.
we got Megan crying. We knew we were going to lose somebody today. No.
I told you we needed tissues.
No, but it's so important. No, this is why we're sharing this, because I think
Absolutely.
people love to hear these stories. Tracy, what's your story?
So my mother many times showed her love through cooking. So one of her favorite things was to do Thanksgiving dinner. And so I don't think there was ever a Thanksgiving that I can remember where she wasn't the one that was cooking, even up until like last year. She participated in some way. And so we would get all the ingredients together, and she would actually start making her gravy like a week in advance.
I love that.
And so it got to the point, like after I got married and the kids, that the kids wanted to learn how to do it too, and we would do it at the house. And I have these great pictures of like my mother showing my children how to baste a turkey,
I love it.
or teaching my daughter how to make gravy, or all of those things. And there was one time where we had all the family, like, close to 30 people, Val's family, my family, all coming together, setting formal dinner, tableware and everything.
Sure.
And everybody falls asleep after Thanksgiving. And Val thinks that he's getting leftovers. And his brothers stole all the leftover turkey and made sandwiches. So every Thanksgiving after that, my mother made a separate turkey for
Val
for Val.
turkey. A Val turkey.
Val turkey.
A wild turkey.
So he got a little upset with that.
He did. He was not very happy at all because
I'd
that
be
was
mad too.
It's his favorite turkey in the whole world.
Right. No, and you know, to me, I'm really gunning for the turkey sandwich. I mean, I put a little bit on my plate of everything, and you know, you guys all know me. I don't eat that much
I mean,
at any
she's
one
shoving
time.
butter in there in places that shouldn't be shoved into. Like she's like massaging that turkey, like talking nicely, like it's Wagyu beef.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Hey, Cindy, do you have one for us? I didn't give you a heads up, but I'm sure you've got a beautiful story about your mom you want to share with us.
I can't. She was my mom was a great cook, a great person, great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
I can't think of a story on the top of my head.
Okay. All right. All right. So my story was my mom and I went to New York City together, and I tried to get my mom. You know, I traveled a lot and had a lot of points, and I wanted her to go to the Masters with me, and she would not go. She wouldn't stop working. She worked until she got sick, and then she died. I mean, it was crazy. But we did get one trip to New York City when I was living in Atlanta, and I went and I bought this hat. It was kind of a Tracy Zudan hat, like a black hat with a big band on it. And I sported it that weekend, and we went to the Russian Tea Room.
Oh,
And I love
great
caviar, and she had caviar with me, and we had borscht, and we just in this beautiful sparkly room, and I wore my hat, and I just remember this smile on her face, and just spending that weekend with her was just the time for her and I to be together because I'd been gone. I mean, I graduated high school and I moved, and I never lived with my parents ever again. So that was my thing with my mom. It was just this moment to be in New York City together, going to the theater. Oh my God, we've got great tickets, but I said, hey, if we don't sit together, we'll get better tickets. She's like, okay. So no, seriously. So they put me in one of like the balcony things up, like close to the stage, and me in another box, and then we're waving across each other. Wait, like during the Queen's Way. It was a beautiful show. It was an amazing show. But she was over there and I was over here. But
Perfect seats.
You know, it was great.
Well, it's not like
it was
talk
amazing
during the show, so it's perfect.
Oh no, it was amazing. Yeah, no, it was great. So anyway, that was my my mom's story. So okay, we got a couple of minutes. What would be your favorite way to spend Mother's Day, Shannon?
Oh Lord, good question. Really, just probably getting together with the family, going for brunch, and maybe just come back and enjoy the beach and hang out and
I think about you at the beach with your family. That's always a great time. Everybody, you know, kind of enjoys that right where you live, and
exactly,
it's so easy to do.
You don't have to make it a big deal. Just being together is important. I know that sounds cliche, but you know.
No. I was reading this. The most mothers want the simplest thing. Mm-hmm. They really don't want the big blown up thing, whatever.
Don't bug.
Yeah. All right. Listen, we got to do a couple commercials. We'll be right back, and we'll wrap it up with 2 more stories. Thanks, ladies.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal, Four Seasons, and Capri. We have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington with styles designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. Right now, we're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and closeout store directly across the street and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. How is Sunshine Day? Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. How is Sunshine Day? Sunshine.
You can trust Sandpiper Pest Control, serving Indian River, St. Lucie, and Brevard. Certified by the state of Florida to treat homes, lawns, and termites. Fully licensed and insured. Priced right, effective, and friendly.
Hi, this is Joel, the owner of Sandpiper Pest Control. Sandpiper can solve your pest issues. No contracts to sign, just results.
Call for a free estimate, 772-589-0204. Sandpiper Pest Control, a member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
All right, ladies, we're back. We don't have a lot of time, but we need to find out from Tracy and Megan what would be your favorite way to spend your Mother's Day?
Okay, it sounds horrible, but I like to spend it like not with like focusing on my family. I'm with you 100%. Is that wrong?
No.
You're honest.
You mean like you want a spa day?
I'm like,
wanna-
I really like them to do all the things that I would do on a regular basis and then bring me drinks and food.
I love that.
I've
I
had
love
one of
that.
those.
I like that.
Perfect.
Go do the
Perfect.
laundry.
Yeah.
Go do the kitchen.
Do what I ask you to do.
Thank you, and don't argue.
All right. Yeah. Megan, real quickly, what do you
Really
got?
quickly, it's so funny. The whole brunch thing, especially when you have young kids, is overrated because the kids are running around. Nobody gets to relax. So I like having a nice lunch with the family, hit the beach. You know, we've spent it with friends before. A lot of times with Emmons and I, we all hang out and just hitting the beach and having a nice lunch and just being together. And then leave me alone. No fighting.
Okay. We don't have a lot of time, but all I want for Mother's Day is for James Davis to phone me. Don't text me. I love you, baby. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. What a great show. Great to have the girls in the house. If you guys like this, DM me and we'll do it again. You give us a topic and we'll all get together. Have a great day. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Be
Day.
safe. Be happy. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, guys.
Thanks, Lori. We love you.
Love you.